guys, I'm Kate, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk about the new additions to my NaNoWRIMO survival kit. I've done this before for Camp NaNoWRIMOs, which I'll link down below, called What's in Your Camp Bag, and I went through all of the typical things that I have, including various coffees and teas and notebooks and chapsticks and fuzzy socks and my computer, all kind of really basic things that I always like to have with me. But now I come to you with an updated list. Some of these things are slightly more abstract than last time. Others are just things that I totally didn't think of, but I realized that I used way more often than I thought I would. So here are the new additions to my NaNoWRIMO survival kit. Let's get into them. The first one is a reward system, which I've mentioned elsewhere, but I like to bribe myself. I'm a huge fan of bribes. Only in NaNoWRIMO can I talk about it that way. But I really do like bribing myself, and I do this multiple ways. One, because Halloween is just before NaNoWRIMO, I bribe myself with Halloween candy. Another way that I do this is not letting myself read anything until I've met my word count goal for the day, and this is especially true for TV shows. I am binging so many shows right now, like Downton Abbey and Riverdale, and I know this will have to stop. It cannot continue in November, but I still want to keep up with my shows, especially the ones that are airing now. Looking at you, Riverdale. I'm obsessed. No word count goal, no TV show. I hate this as much as I love it. Some people are really good with fun things to bribe themselves with, but that's not me. I take stuff away. Another thing on my new list is my tennis shoes. These little guys that look both blue and yellow because they're awesome. I absolutely love going on walks, and for my mental health I like to run and kind of keep up with that on a daily basis. But when I need to get out of the house, I need to walk. And during NaNoWRIMO, my best plotting and my best thinking about my story and the best way to get myself out of my own head is to go for a walk. Highly recommend it. Especially since I'm kind of slouched over my computer the entire time, it's nice just to be free. Podcasts, what? Podcasts are also in my new survival kit. I absolutely love writing-focused ones or book-focused ones, just like I love BookTube and AuthorTube, but this time I don't actually have to be actively watching anything. I can kind of keep it on for any kind of background noise and inspiration, and tune in when I hear something that's really interesting. Like a lot of other people, I'm a huge fan of Writing Excuses, which has Brandon Sanderson and a few others talking about writing in 15-minute snippets. It's perfect for when I actually need a mental break, but I still want to kind of get myself in the writing mood. I also love Grammar Girl, and Ann Manatsu has the Lackadaisical Writer podcast. She was one of the MLs in the region that I started attending in-person events. She has over 100 episodes, and it's just really cool to watch her journey into publication and self-publication, and it's great. I highly recommend it. And then if I think of a few others, I'll link them down below too. My absolute favorite thing though is my puppy. The best thing for me during NaNoWRIMO is those puppy cuddles. It just makes me feel so much better, especially if I've just killed off a character. He's so cute. His name's Duke. He's 11 years old. He's a chocolate lab, but he's ginormous. And just, I've talked about this other places, but also having my storyboarding note cards. I like to have them for when I think of new scenes, and also just to remind myself about the motivations of the characters and what exactly needs to happen in that scene and where it takes place, and etc, etc, etc. I'll link down below the video where I go into that more in depth and the video where I talk about how I plot. And while my dog is my absolute favorite thing, the most helpful thing during NaNoWRIMO I found is just turning off my effing internet. Because I will distract myself. I can sit at my keyboard and be there on my computer for 2 hours and then realize I've only actually done 10 minutes of writing, and that is just the worst. You cannot do that during NaNoWRIMO. So turn off that internet. This is for you, but also clearly the anger is going to future me. Don't be an idiot. Turn off your internet. Ugh. And in case it's not obvious enough with the banner behind me, I love NaNoWRIMO decorations. They inspire me, they keep NaNoWRIMO in my thoughts at all times, and they're just fun. So I clearly made that one. I think you can tell the little banner is homemade. But I also have this really fun Novelist at Work doorknob that I think is just great, and I put it on my door when I'm really in the zone. I'm also an ML this year, so I'm working on a whole bunch of different little doodads and plot bunnies and all sorts of fun things to give to the Rhymos in my area. So I'll probably talk about that later. Which brings me to my next point about in-person writing sessions. I cannot talk about how great they are enough. That is one of the things that I think NaNoWRIMO has a point in favor over the camps, is that it really encourages in-person writing sessions, and it doesn't have to happen always. I love the online community, I love the NaNoWRIMO forums, I love the Facebook group for our area, but the camaraderie you feel in a coffee shop or in the library where you're all writing together, all creating stories at the same time, they can be so different. It's just, like, without sounding like the cheesiest person in the world, it's kind of magical. Like, it's so cool, and there's like a buzz, like everyone's hopped up on excitement and caffeine and just the noveling spirit, and I love it. Another thing I didn't mention last time, but is very literal, is that I absolutely need hair ties while I am writing. I'm like Violet from A Series of Unfortunate Events. When things are going down, when my noveling is happening, my hair is going up, or out of the way, or out of my face. Like, I cannot be hunched over the keyboard and just hair. And the final thing that I think is so important, which I'm upset that I didn't mention before, is just family and friend support. I know that I'm really fortunate to have that in my life, but telling all of my friends and announcing it to my family and being like, look guys, it's November, it's NaNoWRIMO time, and to know that their support is behind me and they understand, well, they understand the best they can, that I'm doing something that I love and that brings me joy, and I can complain to them when things aren't working out. Like, it's amazing. And if you don't have that in your life, I highly recommend the NaNoWRIMO forums. Like, we are your friends. Like, we will be there for you. We are here for you. We are an awesome community. And I also hope to support all of the Rymos in my area and my own friends who are also writers and participating in NaNoWRIMO this year. It's just, I mean, I've said it before, but this is just one of the many reasons that fall is the best season. Alright, so those are all the additions to my NaNoWRIMO survival kit. Please comment down below and let me know what's in your NaNoWRIMO survival kit. If there's anything different from camps to NaNoWRIMO in November, if you've thought of anything new that you'd like to have with you, let me know down below. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm going to get back to prepping. I will see y'all very soon with a new video. Bye. Here are the new additions to my NaNoWRIMO survival kit. Holy shit!